Good day. Welcome back. I am Sue Pickering. I am here to do a reading for the collective. There is a huge energy shift here right now with the collective, and it is it's an energy shift that people are letting go, continuing. I know we're out of the year of the snake, but we still continue to have that I'll call it an aftermath of letting go and be beginning of the movement, but beginning of planting those seeds for the spring. Okay. There is definitely something here for people to realize that maybe their bodies have been shifting, changing. A lot of people are feeling it throughout their bodies. There's that um, calibration that's happening in order to step into the new, the higher vibrations, all of those things. Okay. We have moderation. Okay. So I'm feeling a big piece of this is making sure that you are finding that balance again. This is coming through big and strong again with the balance in the body, the balance in what we are doing, what we are creating, what we are stepping back from. It's that give and take that is needed. Okay. There is, I am seeing that the throat chakra is opening even more, meaning you are using your words more. You are gaining experience in completing boundaries and holding them. Okay. That is just one aspect of it. Communicating differently, communicating better for people to understand what you require, what you need, who you are on a authentic level. Okay. There is something coming through for that. Okay. Then we have winter elder. Okay. So really we are still in the winter months. Yes, we need to know when we can't just, hibernate and not do anything all winter long, although that might be nice. But we're coming out of the winter. We're getting closer and closer to planting seeds. Do you know what seed you're planting for, the spring? Do you know what you are creating, what you are wanting in your life? Okay. Plant Nation, herbal medicine. Okay. So I'm feeling that this is more about connection to the earth, more about, what does the earth feed you? Does it feed you happiness? Does it feed you grounding? Does it feed you, what is it feeding you in order for you to be able to allow things to anchor in and allow you to plant seeds? All of that stuff. Okay. And they're telling me, I don't know if anyone here, or if you're called to do a cacao ceremony of some kind, or a tea ceremony where you can set those intentions, connection, in order to receive some answers. And for some of you, it's automatic writing. It is getting cozy under a blanket and doing some automatic writing. Okay. That is what they're showing me. We have strength. Okay. And then we also have Page of Pentacles and Two of Swords. Okay. They're asking me to tell you what are your goals? What are you aiming for? What direction do you want? If you don't have a map, do you know, it's like your goal is to drive from one place to another. If you don't take the road that goes east instead of west, are you going to end up in your location? Yes, we do need to follow our intuition. We do need to follow those aspects of being in allowance for what is next. But if you don't take any turn that is toward where you're going, just like if you want to do something in your business, if you never move toward that, I'm going to use they're telling me a book. Okay. If you want to write a book and you never pick up a piece of paper to write it, or a computer, or however you write it, typewriter, however you write and create your book, if you never pick up that piece of paper, or computer, are you going to get to your destination? I'm going to probably say no. Okay. So they're saying you need to have at least an outline of what your goals are. It does not have to be concrete, and it doesn't have to be like exact, because we need to have some room for flow and listening to the direction and our intuition. Okay. They're showing me here for you to put that magic into what you're creating. Okay. There is something here for you to take direction and sit and use your magic to discover what it is. Make your blueprint. What would be your end goal possibly? How do you want to feel? And if you don't know what that is, start with something that excites you. Start with something that brings you some emotion. My emotion is to find success. Well, I want to help people. Okay, allow me to step in that direction. Okay, it's a step. Okay, but you do need an outline, whether it's like you do need to know if you're going east or west, if you're traveling somewhere, or north or south, obviously. But if you never turn the direction that you are moving toward, or that you are wanting for a goal, you won't make it there. You won't get there. Okay, so really seeing what you are doing. There's a huge, like I said, there's a huge energy shift right now in a change. So don't be surprised for some of you if you decide to do something completely opposite of what you thought you were going to do in the, what your goals were. It's like we start moving towards something, then all of a sudden it's like, you know what? No, I'm going to do a complete flip. So don't be surprised if you do that in your business, that you say, I've had a lot of people lately, even coaches that I've talked to, because I'm part of a lot of coaching platforms. They're saying that isn't what I want anymore. And they're doing a complete flip. They're doing it in a totally different way. So really pay attention to, some of you are going to be just like a complete flip. Okay. Tear down the walls around you, okay, around your heart. So this is all about you creating, with this bunny, creating from your heart space. What you thought you wanted before is different than what your heart is telling you, possibly. Okay, so just pay attention to that. There is definitely change coming. They're showing me a change. They're showing me recalibration, redirection, even a shift. If you know where you're going, even that shift is going to change, and it's going to allow you to move and take a step forward. Sometimes we can feel like we've hit a plateau, but then we get to a space and we bump ourselves up. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. There's going to be a bump here. Yes, we have this eclipse, and next week we have retrograde, and we're in pre-retrograde. We're having all of these things happening, but I'm just saying that with that, in all of the shifting comes change, comes recalibration, comes a different direction, possibly. Okay, not all of you. Some of you it's going to be a complete flip, and some of you it's going to be a change, a small change, or an addition to your business or life, or a step up in what you are doing. Okay, it's like the next level, and sometimes it's when we go to that next level, it is uncomfortable. It can be. Okay, look beyond what you see. Okay, there's definitely a path here for you to follow. They're telling me for you to use your creative aspects of yourself to create this, maybe a change, but to create the life you desire. Okay, there is definitely something here for you to really see what you are creating from a space of your own abilities. They're telling me agility. So stay strong through it. There's your strength. Okay. Moving where you need to move. Okay. And using your magic. Look at this. When you are following your heart and you're really being in a space of, uncertainty, sometimes, you're following your heart and you don't know if it's going to work out. You have this, fear possibly, but you're still following your heart. That is where the blessings come in. That is where the synchronicities start falling on your lap. They're showing me, as long as you are following the sun, that happiness, that joy, that what sparks your life, then you're going to have the blessings that come with that. Okay. If you're just doing it for $1, that's what you're going to receive, more of the same stuff, and there won't be any shift in movement. Okay. Look at this, the radiance, the feel of the difficult times, and you're now in a space where you are free of, that tower that maybe has tumbled down, and having those things that were difficult, you're now on the rise. You're definitely on the rise. The shift is here. You are moving. You've discovered, to let go of maybe the logic in your mind, to move to your heart. You've discovered more of your intuition to know what to follow. Slow down. Okay. Like it said, it is winter time. It is a space to really discover what it is that where you're going. Okay. To bring you the most abundance. Okay. Explore fullness. So this is about you coming to being your full authentic self, finding that magic that is there for you. But they're showing me, because you've done all of these hard steps, that spirit is going to start paying you back. It's called tenfold, right? It's like, oh my goodness, when is all this going to happen? What, like, tell me, please help me. Like, we all get into those spaces where we are like that. Okay. No one is excluded in that. I don't feel, anyway. We all have a story. We all have something. So, but when we can be in our own discovery of ourself, then we will see that the more we are authentic, the more spirit will give to us. Okay. Emotional freedom, flowing, rebalancing. Wow. The rebalancing has been, oh my goodness, it has been showing up so much. Was it yesterday's? I can't remember. I had a video a couple days ago, and it was all about like the temperance and rebalancing, recalibrating. It's a big thing right now. As we shift, we need to find the balance. We can't continue to do things the way we used to do, because the outcome will be the same, and you're not that same person. So you need to find that that balance. Okay. That is all part of what we need to do, and what is happening right now in a big way. Okay. And I hope everyone is doing good with all of the shift changes. And I would love to hear if you're going through anything, and I can tap into that in my future videos. Also, if you haven't, please subscribe, and you'll get all of my notifications. And if it resonates with you, like and share. Intuition. Okay. That is, I've been screaming intuition for well over a year now, I think, in regards to making sure that you are knowing what is real, where you are meant to walk, where you're not meant to walk, trusting that and your body is guiding you in the direction you need to go. Open-heartedness. Perfect. That is true. Like, we're moving more into our heart center, and when we can be there, we start living life for us. We start living life for joy, happiness. We start attracting the things that are going to create more happiness for us and more joy. So I love that for an end for today's cards. I thank you for being here, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, and thank you very much, and I hope you have a magical day. Much love.